Hey guys, what's going on? We're back for part 9, part 10 of the 2018 rebuild of the Audiopipe Blazer. We're going to be back to working on doors today. Kind of got a start on it. I got the old door handles off there, or armrest, or whatever you want to call it there. So we're going to work on doors again this episode, so stick around. So I've been sanding on this for about 10 minutes now, and coming along a little better than I thought it would. I must have got a lot of it pretty even on here, because you can see I don't have a whole lot of low spots emerging yet, like here and in here. But those may come out just yet, but that's feeling pretty smooth so far. Worked on cleaning this edge up quite a bit, but it's looking pretty good. So I've been sanding on this for about 10 minutes now, and coming along a little better than I thought it would. I must have got a lot of it pretty even on here, because you can see I don't have a whole lot of low spots emerging yet, like here and in here. But those may come out just yet, but that's feeling pretty smooth so far. Worked on cleaning this edge up quite a bit, but it's looking pretty good. Alright guys, I got a late start tonight on working on this anyway, so it's getting dark on me now, as you can see. But I got about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes in sanding this, and I'm really pleased with the way this is turning out. I mean, this ain't even a final sand yet. I'm just using an aggressive grit sandpaper to knock this down. And then, well, I started with 60, and then I only had 2 discs of 60, and the first one gummed up pretty quick, and the second one, it just wouldn't stick to the sander no more. So I started going over some of this with the 120, and already, I mean, damn, way better than I thought it would be. And you can see it's nice and smooth. Only a few low spots so far, which pleases me. And it's nice and strong, which is the key. So I don't know if I'll work on these again tomorrow, because like I've said before, I'm bouncing back and forth doing this and that. That's where we're at there. You can see the dust flying around in the air. But yeah, so a few hours of sanding on these, and might be some pretty good progress. And as you can see, I also took off the door handle. I might have mentioned that before, but I popped that off, started working on sanding around that, so it looks like it's supposed to be on there. That's where we're at. It's too dark now. I'm going to pick up a few things that I got out here, and we're going to call this a night. We'll pick this back up later. And it's shitty out. It's been raining most of the day, but at least it's warm, and at least it's not flooding. It's just been a steady rain today. So I come home from work and work on these doors. Might as well do something. But yeah, it's not looking too bad now. I had some doubts. I had to really hit this with an aggressive grit down here. For some reason that got real pitted, or I don't know what you would call it. But I just finished hitting that with a real aggressive one. I don't want to go too aggressive on it, so I'm going to back down on the grit and see if I can't smooth it out. But from what it's looking so far, I'm not sure if I'm going to have to do a whole lot of Bondo on it. Might down in here. That's going to be tough to get in there with a sander. A couple other spots here, but we're going to keep plugging on doors. I would say this one's halfway to being done now, and we still got the full sand to do on this one yet, but now that I'm getting a general idea with this one, I don't think that one will take me as long. I'll give you guys a good, better picture here. So, you know, for my first time doing full panels, I don't think they're looking too bad, guys. So I'm going to sand away some more and see what they look like. Working on the doors again. It's been a while since I've worked on the doors or shot any door stuff, but now that we're getting close to Slam, I'm on the Slam crunch now to get these done, and this is where I'm at. I had to make a modification here to get this to fit, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll figure something out with it. And we had another slight change that we had to make. There will no longer be an 8 here due to my slight miscalculations. I put these in the door, or I put the door on a couple weeks ago, and stupid me, this hits the seat, this one here. So we're going to eliminate this one, and we're just going to have to go with 3. I ain't got no other choice but to do that to get the Slam ready. So stupid me, but shit happens, I suppose. So I ain't got time to rebuild again, so I'll worry about the doors, figuring something out different with the doors after Slamology. Alright guys, fast forward to working on the doors here. Sorry I haven't given much more updates on this. I got this one sanded down and bondoed and painted or whatever, and I'm gonna be honest guys, I'm just not happy with them. Not happy with them at all. I mean, I guess it looks okay, but with my OCD, I just not happy with them at all, and I've got no choice but to press on and get this other one finished that's inside the building there. I'm having a hell of a lot more trouble with it than I was with this one, because on that particular panel I had to use the that other resin, that same resin that I had trouble with in the Blazer, in the enclosure there, and it's the same thing. It didn't fully cure, didn't fully set up, and sanding it's just gumming up, and it's being a pain in the ass. So I went through, I don't know how many discs, sanding disc on that thing. I mean, it just, I get about 3 minutes of work time, and it just gums it up so bad that the disc is just ruined. So I've went through a lot of them, and I'm just not happy with it. So I've sanded it down as much as I could possibly sand it down, and now I'm spreading some Bondo over it, skimming it with some Bondo and stuff, hoping I can make it look at least as decent as this one, which I'm, like I said, I'm not happy with at all. So let me go in the garage here. Building piece of shit. I don't know how we'll be able to see. Not well at all, and it won't let me turn my light on. So let me jump right back with the light on. Alright, we got the light on here. So I've skimmed the shit out of this, and it's probably going to make it look even goddamn worse. Like I said guys, I got no choice but to just keep pressing on and use these goddamn things, even though I don't like them. And I've said it before, I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes and even show you guys, but this is my first time doing full panels, so it has definitely been a learning experience, to say the least. And I now see why so many people end up wrapping their doors. instead of trying to make them look glass smooth or whatever, because that is definitely definitely an art, guys, and a craft that I'm not that good at. So this is the result of 2 days worth of work between that panel and this panel. Oh, looks like I might be lagging, so I'm going to break away here. I might have too many videos on here now, so I'll have to get some uploaded, free up some memory on this. Alright, been sanding on this other panel here that I left off with last night. Been sanding on it for about an hour now, and I got some really coarse sandpaper and hit this, and it's knocked a lot of that uncured resin off. It's either that or it's curing it as I sand, but it's making a big difference, and getting some of this Bondo knocked down, because I had a lot of divots, or whatever you want to call it, pitting in that material. So I had to fill quite a large amount in, but it's coming out smooth. And a lot of this I have to do by hand, because the Velcro disc that goes on my sander is getting wore out. So unless I'm sanding an actual flat surface, that disc, sanding disc, wants to fly off of it. So got to do a lot of it by hand, which now I thought this was going to be the worst of the two-door panels, but I'm beginning to think this is going to be the better of the two. You know, as you remember last night, I said I'm not real happy with that other panel, but we got to go with it, and that's what I'm doing here. So about another half hour or so of sanding, and I'm getting back around to some of these flat spots here. I should be able to get a lot of that, excuse me, with the sander, and some of it I got to hit with hand, just like I did the other one. But we're plugging away on this. See how much more I can get done. Maybe I can start getting this prep for paint tonight as well. All right, got her all sanded down except for two spots. Had to apply a little more filler in, right there and there. That won't take much to knock down. So while that's drying, I'm going to start hitting this with the textured paint that I'm using, and I'll probably shoot everything but those two areas right there. Way I get a little something done tonight. That way all I got to do is come out tomorrow, knock those down, find any other low spots, get those filled in, and with some glazing putty or whatever, and smooth them out a little bit, and then touch it up and hit it with the gray, and then this one's done. Alright, got panel number 2 up on the painting tree, as I call it. This thing has endured many painting projects over the years here, but I've hit it with a couple coats of the texture paint to hide my crappy work. And once this gets dried up here, we'll shoot it with the gray. The gray on the black ends up matching my interior pretty close, so that's what we got here. But this panel is almost complete. The other one is complete, besides getting it on and wired. So we'll give this time to dry, and then we'll hit it with the gray. All right, we got the first coat of gray on this, and I should just left the damn things black, because I see I see a lot of imperfections. But like I said before, it's the slam crunch. I got no choice but to move on. So they're going to get finished up, and they're going to get put in, and we're at least going to get through slam with them, and I'll figure something out after that. But there's the first coat. Okay, this panel is done, painted, called wraps, and it looks equally as shitty as that panel laying there. So it is what it is. Like I said, I don't know, half a dozen times now. Gonna have to go with it. I'm gonna have to use them, put them in, play them. If I knew how to wrap doors in a vinyl or equivalent material, these stains would look outstanding probably, but I don't know how to wrap. I don't know how to get the contours and all that stuff down. I'm not going to claim that I'm a master wrapper. I could wrap about anything flat with the best of them, but wrapping something as such with the contours and whatnot that this has, I can't do. I can't even begin to think about how I'm doing it. But anyways, these are done, and in the books. We'll get these put on tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to fire up the Blazer tomorrow for the first time. I got a lot of other stuff done the last couple days. Yeah, look at my mutt. I got another mutt running around here somewhere too. But anyways, with that being said, guys, we're going to call this a wrap for the doors. I'm not going to punish you guys anymore with these doors. I think we had 3 parts to making these doors, and that was too much in my opinion, especially for the way they turn out. I'm no pro, guys. I've made a video on that before. So this is going to be a wrap. We'll get this put together, and you know, Slamology is 5 days away, 6 days away, guys. So the crunch is on, and we're almost playing. Hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to fire this up tomorrow. But until next time, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification button to get the notifications for all my uploads. Be sure to follow me on other social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I appreciate it, guys. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think of these piece of shit doors. And until next time, I'm Basscop. I'm out.